Curious Lloyd.
The hammerhead shark, the cassowary, and the solifugi spider. Nature doesn't need any help whatsoever brainstorming weird stuff to confuse and horrify us. And yet, here we are, the human race, helping the earth breed increasingly bizarre and upsetting creatures. So sit back and take a look at these 5 bizarrely bred animals. The Tao Chicken. The Tao Chicken, also known as the dragon chicken, is bred specifically for its delicious foot meat. However, if you look very closely, you'll notice that its legs are pretty abnormally big to a normal chicken. The legs, which can weigh up to 5 kilograms each, and are a delicacy mostly enjoyed by the upper class in fancy restaurants. A pair of these biological feet recently sold for £2,000, but part of the cost has to go down to how difficult the chickens are to breed. They are hugely sensitive to changes in ambient temperatures, so sometimes they simply don't feel like getting busy. Also, they lay fewer eggs than regular breeds, and the eggs they do lay have to survive. It's almost as if nature doesn't approve of us putting elephant feet on a chicken. It seriously does look ridiculous and cruel at the same time though. The Scalar Snakes. Have you ever wanted to own something that looks like intestines as a pet? If so, you're pretty much in luck. Here is the Scalar Snake. So you're all probably thinking, it looks like a terrifying raw sausage. But here's what the Lewistic Texas rat snake looked like before us humans came along and ruined it. There are Scalar snakes in the wild, but it's more of a genetic mutation. But of course, breeders saw these snakes and decided to breed for a specific trait. But now, there is controversy in the reptile breeding community about whether or not this is a fair thing to do to an animal. Apart from generally looking like a nightmare sausage, the snakes are also completely defenseless. The scales offer flexible protection for the snake's body sacs, and without them, they are just body sacs. But research done on scales don't seem to have much of an effect on how snakes move. But studies carried out in 1972 showed no significant difference in temperature regulation or water retention either. It's also interesting to note that the Scalar snakes captured from the wild don't exhibit any more scarring than any other members of their same species, but a surprising find to researchers who thought their lack of armor would naturally lead to more injuries. So while Scalar snakes may lack some of the camouflage and the armor that their counterparts enjoy, it doesn't seem that an absence of scales is a debilitating mutation by any means. But still, more research will have to be done to see if the lack of scales is more than a significant issue for snakes living in the wild. Teacup pigs. A pig not for slaughter. Teacup pigs seem to have a natural advantage. You could say they are too cute for the tiny amount of bacon they provide to even be worth it. But they are so small, they really can fit in teacups. So what could possibly be so worrying about something so cute? Animals sold as mini pigs are usually pot-belly pigs that have been severely underfed to keep them nice and small for prospective buyers. They are also sold as babies, but marketed as fully grown adults. They are branded as highly intelligent companions that can be easily litter trained and fit in your pocket forever or a teacup, but buyers are instructed by the breeder to feed them a very small amount of food to keep them as little as long as possible. Breeders often show their customers the pig's parents as proof as how tiny they will stay, although teacup pigs can breed as early as 3 months when they are not even fully grown. While the starvation diet prevents bones from growing, it doesn't slow organ growth, leading to health problems like obstructive breathing, skin and hoof issues, and weak immune systems. Also, poor breeding practices, like trying to net 100 piglets from a pair of siblings, lead to terrifying inbred defects. But the major issue that causes pet owners to give up on their tiny teacups is that they won't always fit in a teacup. They can grow up to 50, 150, sometimes even 226 kilograms in weight. Teacup pigs are one of the most commonly abandoned pets in the world, because the exact kinds of people who don't do any research on an exotic pet before buying it are the same ones who would ditch their pet when they become inconvenient. You even have celebrities like Paris Hilton with Princess Piglet in 2009, but don't hate on Hilton, she's one of the few who stuck by their pig. Peruvian satin guinea pigs. Is it me, or does this look like Donald Trump? Don't take a sip of any drink just yet, because that's not a wig. Jokes aside, this is actually a guinea pig. Now, a guinea pig are among the best pets you can give a kid. They are cute, friendly, and less bitey than gerbils. But if your child isn't satisfied with normal guinea pigs and craves something more fabulous, look into the Peruvian satin guinea pig. It's fabulous, it's beautiful, its fur flows with the wind, and also lives in constant pain. Now you see, satin guinea pigs have a specific gene that make their coats shine shiny and reflective to light, and add that gene to a long-haired Peruvian guinea pig, and what you get is a breathing mop of well-shampooed hair. Having cool hair has some downsides. The fancy gene that makes them susceptible to pain and incurable diseases called osteodystrophy, a calcification of the bones that leads to laziness and tooth problems, which grow so bad that they eventually result in death. Studies have found that nearly all satin guinea pigs suffer from this, and the only choices owners have are to watch them suffer or euthanize them. The disease cannot be bred out of the satin gene pool, it comes with a shiny package. So you could say, it's true what they say, beauty is a curse. The large-tailed hand sheep. Meet the large hand-tailed sheep, who meets the term pain in the ass better than you ever will. The large-tailed han is a Mongolian sheep bred to have all of its subcutaneous fat concentrated in their tails, which can weigh up to 25 kilograms. The purpose of having all that fat stored in one place is to make it easier to use for cooking oil. It's also used for sweets and soaps, after they are dead, that is, of course, which you'd think they'd be wishing to happen after carrying all that extra weight around. The sheep have major issues getting around. To understand what they live with on a daily basis, imagine having to carry around a backpack full of barbells for the rest of your life, and also it being nailed to your own ass. Then somebody comes along and kills you for your backpack, which you never wanted or asked for, and they gave you it in the first place. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and I will catch you again next week. And I'd just like to say thank you for watching me and supporting me.